Yeah, so today we are going to discuss about FMH. Write it down. SLA is nothing but service level. Okay. Service level agreement. Write it down. It is basically basically a set of agreements, a set of agreements between set of agreements between a service provider, a service provider and customer and customer and customer that define the scope, amount, quality, and speed of the services being provided. Being provided. Also, I'll repeat again. SLA is nothing but service level agreement. It is basically a set of agreements between a service provider and a customer that define the scope, quality, and speed of the services being provided. Next, keep the subheading as types of SLAs. Types of SLAs. First one, response SLA. Second one, resolution SLA. Add it down. First type, response SLA. Second one, resolution SLA. Add it down under response SLA. Response SLA will meet. Response SLA will meet once the response action is provided. Once the response response SLA will meet once the response action is provided. Once the response action is provided on the incident form, as per response SLA condition. As per response SLA condition. Okay. I'll repeat again. Response SLA will meet once the response action is provided on the incident form as per response SLA condition. Also, next one, under resolution SLA, can you guys hear me properly? Is there any disturbance or something which is
Yes, Priyanka, and as well as your voice is very low.
actually. One second. Let me raise my voice. Yeah, write it down. Under resolution SLA. Now it's clear, right?
Yes, Priyanka.
Okay. Thank you. Resolution SLA will make once a ticket has been resolved. Once the ticket has been resolved as per resolution SLA convention. As per resolution SLA convention. To repeat again, resolution SLA will make once the ticket has been resolved as per resolution SLA convention. First, so here we mention like in condition, right? Let's know about that one. Types of conditions. Just keep a subheading as types of conditions. First one, start condition. Start condition. Second one, pause condition. Third one, stop. Fourth is reset. So is that my voice is staying, understandable? Is it so? Suhasini, is it okay now?
Getting the background noise and your voice is low, Priyanka.
I kept my headset not as well near to my
Still, your voice is very low.
why what's happening 1 second. So is that okay now? It's still having like an I will be join. Are you
Yes,
facing
Priyanka.
any?
Yes, it's okay now.
Okay, fine. Write it down. Types of conditions. First one, start, pause, stop, and reset. And reset. Okay. So let us discuss what is SLA first. Then we'll go like in types of SLAs, and then we will understand how to configure and where we are going to use it and everything which we will discuss today. Okay. So now let's go get into like in what is SLA. Okay, so SLA is something, it is a service level agreement, so which is simply which we can say there is a time phase or amount of time which we have committed to the respective customer or client or else end user that we are going to provide that specific services within that specific time period by giving the best quality, best scope of that, best speed as well. So simply, it is a set of agreements between a service provider. It's nothing but whoever working on it. Service provider is nothing but, let's say I'm working in support project, I'm working in tickets, working with like in tickets. Okay, so then I'm service provider here. Let's say that is like a some other team, network team or hardware team or software team. So whoever it might be. Okay, so they are working with like in respective tickets. Okay, so that kind of tickets which I have priced. Okay, so then they belongs to like a service provider. So whoever working on that specific ticket or incident or anything, so here we can call them as like a service provider or support team. Okay, so there is like an agreement between the service provider and the customer too. So here the customer is something who writes the incident, end user or sometimes the clients as well as right. So that we are going to define it with a particular kind of time as well within let's say within 1 day I'm going to clear your issue. I was within 8 hours, within 4 hours, within 3 hours. So it depends on like in the requirement and the conditions which we provide. Okay, so whenever it might be, let's say the time frame is like in very less. Okay, we are going to resolve the issue as soon as possible, right? So here we just need to check on like in the quality of work service which you are providing. So we should not compromise it like in quality, but we need to finish it. So if the time is like in required more, we'll take more time as well. Okay, then according to the conditions which apply for this SLA will work. Okay, so set of agreements between like a service provider and a customer. So let me give you like in one real-time example, in our daily day life. So my mobile got damaged or it's repair. Let's say my laptop. Instead of like a mobile laptop will be like an appropriate. So my laptop got repaired and I'm not able to work with it. So what I'll do, I will reach to the service store. Okay, there I'm going to stand in a queue. If the queue is like a more, or else if the no queue is as well, so I'll go and I'll stand there and I'll give my concern. Just share my concern. So what happened to the laptop and everything, which I will discuss with him. And then the provided service person or is the shopkeeper sometimes also will do. So the shopkeeper or service providing person, whoever, so he will let us know that so this will take some time to do ahead. Let's say 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So the time frame, whatever he is giving, that is something which is nothing but we can say it as a SLA. So the set of agreement is nothing but the time frame which we are giving to the customers. Within the time frame, we are going to work with that, or else if you are going to resolve the issue. Okay, and within that specific time limit, so he will write and he will get his laptop with a perfect manner with a good maintenance. Okay, so that's how about like an SLA simply I can say. So this is a kind of like an agreement between a customer and a service provider. Okay, so if this is not there, so SLA is not there in an incident whenever I'm resolving. Okay, so I got an emergency say incident that I just need to resolve that as soon as possible. Okay, and I'm working with like some other tickets which is not much emergency, much urgency. So what will happen? The business risk will be like a very high. Okay, and they will lose something. So if we mention the SLS depending on like an condition, the emergency conditions over there, then we will work on the emergency tickets first according to the SLA time limit, and we will clear the issues as soon as possible. Okay, so if this time limit or targets or SLAs, this kind of stuff is not there, then we might sit idle as well sometimes, right? So that's how this SLAs is the important thing which we just need to clear or else which we need to resolve the issues as soon as possible. Okay, so here we have a types of SLAs answer. So first is like a response SLA and second is solution SLA. So response SLA. So let's say I got an issue. I just need to respond to the caller, whoever writes the issue. So I just need to respond to him that within this time limit. So or else we can simply say that we have received your issue. So we were working on the issue. So we will get back to you as soon as possible if the issue got cleared. So this kind of response which we will inform or else which we convey to the caller so that he will be in a comfortable state that yes, they are working on my ticket. Okay, so after creating an incident, so didn't get any response from us. So he might think that whether they received or not, or else there might be like any technical issues happen. Hmm. He doesn't know about like his updates, right? So if we send a response necessarily to the caller, he will be like in feel something secure and comfortable that yes, my ticket got triggered to them and they are working on my ticket. So he will be something okay with that. Okay, let's go on to like a resolution SLA. So resolution SLA is something the time frame which we are taking to resolve the issue. Resolve it completely. working on like in the incident issue, and we are taking time to resolve the ticket. Okay, that's what about like in resolution SLA. So resolution SLA is something which we will take whole time to resolve the issue. Okay, and let's go into like in types of conditions. So this I'm gonna show you in the tool as well. Okay, types and conditions. So we have a start condition, first one. So start condition is nothing but when I'm going to start the SLA. So in which specific condition the SLA should start. Okay, and pause condition. So in what is the specific time which I just need to pause it SLA. So if it is like in continually going on and then some other things came, so I just need to pause it SLA for some time, right? That's what we will discuss about like in pause there. And the next one, stop condition. When I need to stop this SLA and then reset. So when can I reset the SLA again? Okay, so that's what about like an SLA is something we are taking a agreement between like a set of agreements between like an us support team and the customer. Okay, so let's get into like in the tool. So this is our tool and left navigation menu. You click on all and type SLA. And here see under service level management, there is a SLA definition. Let's open this. SLA definitions. By default, we do have like an 14 SLAs. See here, duration is like in 1 hour, 4 hours, 15 minutes, 8 hours, and we have a resolution SLA, response SLA, and all that. Response, resolution, and everything. Okay, so let's start with like a new SLA. Just click on new in the top right corner. Okay, so here see, we have this is a SLA, new record of like an SLA actually. So let us discuss each and every field available here and we'll create one SLA and then we will test it whether that will work or not. Okay, so let's start with this SLA name. So name you can add anything actually. So depending on like your requirement, so you can add anything. So let's say example, I'm adding like a demo SLA. Okay, and if it's go down, so here see there is a type and target. So we just need to know about like in both. So type here see there is like an SLA, OLA, and underpinning contract. Just focus on these three what it is. SLA is used for like in end users or customers. Whoever raising the tickets, individual tickets. Okay, and then we'll go ahead with like an OLA. OLA is nothing but inside the department, IT department, so under part of like a same organization. So group of people which we are giving an agreement. OLA is something, just remember, let's say in one organization we do have like a different departments, right? IT department, and then we do have like in finance department and resource department and all this. So it goes with like a group of people or a set of users, or else it's just like in one inside the IT department, or else inside the one specific department which we can say in the same organization. Okay, so OLA is that's what actually operation level agreement, the abbreviation for this. And then the third thing is like an underpinning contract. Underpinning contract is like in for the external people. So which we can say vendors. Okay. So suppliers. Okay. So to whom you are a customer. Okay. That's how which we can take it as like in vendors. The third party people. For the external people which will go with like an underpinning contract. So if you want to set up like an agreement between the external people or vendor people, then we'll go with like an underpinning contract. If you there is like any agreement between us and then the group of people or a specific kind of department, then we'll go with the OLA. And if it is like an only with the end users or customers, then we'll go with like an SL. Okay, so that's how which we go with like an SLA. And the process or like applying a conditions and everything is like the same for every all the thing. If I go with like an SLA, the same process which will go with like an OLA and an underpinning contract to create a SLA. Okay, so now we will go with like in the target as well. So target we discussed, right? There are two types. One is like a response and one is like a resolution. Okay, so anything is fine. Let's we go with like a response now. Okay. And in which table we are going to do this one? In instant table we are gonna do, and we do have an options to select like in other tables as well. But as a best practice, we use SLA in incident table. And in the second table, which we can say SC task is like in one table we have. In that also we can add SLA. Okay, but most probably SLA will be available in incident only, like an 80 to 90%, which we create SLAs in incident only. If the requirement demands it like another table and client is asking for any other table, then we will go by creating SLA for that table as well. Okay, and this is a flow. So the flow is nothing but this is a flow designer. So according to this default SLA flow, okay, so it will work. So whatever the conditions which we are giving. Okay, so those things and all which we configured over here. Okay, so this is a flow designer, so which we are going to set up like in flow over here. So we're waiting for a condition and looking for like an SLA record. Okay, all these things and all will work accordingly whenever this SLA trigger. Okay, and then enable logging. So if I want any updates regarding this, yeah, I can enable this logs. Logs will be triggered. So we do have like a system logs actually. So let's say we show you. So we can go ahead with like a system logs. Okay, so here we'll get like an update, the message, whatever it might be. So if I just need any updates regarding this, then I can, if I want any logs regarding this SLAs, then I can enable this. Okay, so logs is nothing but the updates or the activity. In the instant table, we have a live feed activities, right? So in that way, which I want to track something, I just need to check something, then I can check on this enable logging. If I enable logging, the updates regarding this will be available in the system logs. Okay. So next we'll go with like in active, we know about it. Active is something. If I check this one, if this is like an active, then only my SLA will work. If not, it will not work. And application also we know it will work with like a whole instance. And here we go, important step, the duration time. So what kind of duration you need? So user specified duration or as 2 business days by 4 p.m. So you can select these things. And by default, user specified duration will be available. And this duration, which you can add how long it should be. Okay, let's say example, if I set this like a user specified duration. So I can set up like it. So usually depending on like in the requirement only which you are gonna set it. Okay, let's say example 2 days, 1 day, or else 2 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, all these things depending on like a requirement only. As of now, what I do, I will keep it as like in 2 minutes because while testing, I cannot wait for like an hours together here in the class. Okay, so I'm setting this as like in 2 minutes so that when I refresh it, so I can showcase you how the elapsing time is going on and how it will work. It will be easy for me to check or to test it. But in real time, it will not be like in 2 minutes. The minimum time is like in mostly 15 to 30 minutes. If it is like in highly emergency thing. Okay, maybe like in sometimes 30, 45 minutes, 1 hour as well. Okay, so these conditions also they will give you whenever you are implementing or whenever you're configuring the system. So as of now, which I have given two 2 minutes. Okay, so schedule job. So schedule job we have, if I want to schedule it, so generally it is like an SLA definition which will go ahead. Okay, and then this is a schedule. Okay, so schedule, let me tell you, when this SLA should be available. So first thing is like a no schedule. If you're not gonna schedule it, then it's not gonna go ahead and like at the time frame. So if it is like an SLA definition, then we do have like a schedule. And if depending on like an incident field, if I'm gonna give it, then according to that I can go ahead. Okay, so here we have like an the field transfer, right? That will go ahead. So but these two which we never used it, we are gonna use like an SLA definition. Okay, so now the schedule. So here we just need to check on. So if I click on here the schedule, here see I do have like a 24/7 support will be available. Every third Saturday maintenance is available. Morning 8 to evening 5 weekdays and evening 8 morning 8 to 5 weekdays excluding holidays. So these things is like an available over here. So you can check on like an anything. Or else if you have any customized or schedule, even that also can be done by clicking on like an new, or else you can go to this schedule table and you can create a new one. Okay, so now this is like a 24/7. So let's say this is like an shift rotation is like an going on, and everyone will be available, at least like in some team will be available, one team will be available in the morning session, and second team will be available in the afternoon session, and third team will be available in the night as well. So in that way, so it is like a rotational shift will be available. Let's say example. So I have added as like in 24/7. So you can go with according to your requirement. Okay. And then time zone goes. So it is 24/7. So according to like in the time zone, the region where we stay, the location. So the time zone is like in vary, right? It differs from like a region to region. So what I can do is in the by default we can go with like in the caller's time zone only. So whatever the caller, let's say he is staying in like in US, and then one more caller will get like in from India. So we are not sure exactly so what kind of time which is available. If we set up like an Indian time or else Asian time or any time over here. So instead of that, so we will select like in the caller time zone. So if I click on this, I do have like a list of the time zones as well. Okay. And if I scroll down, see these are the conditions which is available. The first thing, start condition, pause, stop, and reset. Let's get into like in one by one and we'll configure. So see, the start condition is nothing but when I need to start this one. So whatever the condition which I'm giving over here, okay, depending on like in the condition, if the condition satisfied, then SLA will trigger. SLA will be attached to the incident table. That's the example. So to start condition, so let me go back to like an incident. Yeah. So now there is a state, right? So whenever this is like in created, so we do have like in priority field as well. So let's say priority is critical. Okay, then this should start. This SLA should start. Okay, and whenever the priority is not critical, we are going to cancel this SLA. And in a pause condition, we can add whenever the state is on hold. So whenever the state is like an on hold only, right? We just need to pause the SLA because if so no one is working on this and the ticket is on hold and the still SLA is running off. So the time whatever which we set will be finished very soon. That will be the time will be complete. So what we'll do, we will pause it whenever the state is on hold. And when the state is like in resolved, so when the issue got resolved, then we will pause, we will stop the SLA. Okay, if there is like any mismatch kind of thing. Let's say if this is changed to like in some other assignment group or something, then we will reset the condition. Even that also you can go. All these conditions under which we will get from a requirement document only. From client only we'll get it. So depending on the requirement, we'll go one by one actually. But as of now, these are the scenarios which we'll go with. Just open a SLA view record and now click on, see here we have a filter condition. So what we were discussing, priority is critical. If the priority is critical, then this will trigger. This SLA will trigger to the incident table. Okay. And now see, we have a retroactive start. So let us discuss about retroactive start actually. Okay. So let's say, let me put it over here. This is one interview question as well, guys. Just focus on this. So what if SLA they'll ask and how many types are there they'll ask, and then they will ask what is retroactive start. Okay. So let's say example one SLA having 15 minutes. Okay. And that got triggered to one incident, and then 5 minutes got 5 minutes already done. Okay. And now the person, the assigned to person understood that this 5 minutes he analyzed it, and that ticket is not going to, or that incident is not going to resolve by him because he's not a right person to resolve the issue. And then what he did, he changed the assigned to or assignment group. Okay. So now if whenever he changed it, let's say example, assigned to, he changed. Okay, he changed the assigned to. So now the new person came up. Assigned to is nothing but user, right? Who is service provider. Okay, so now the new person came up, and here, whenever he changed, only 10 minutes left. So before the actual SLA time is like in 15 minutes. Okay, and in that 15 minutes, 5 minutes already done. And then now only 10 minutes is left. So now if I click on like in retroactive start, if I check this one for this SLA. Okay, so if I check this condition over here, then what will happen? It will continue from a sixth minute. Sixth minute. And he will be having only 10 minutes left to work with the issue. Okay, so what if in case if I click on, if not clicked on like in retroactive start, he will have 15 minutes from starting. Just like in reset, it will work. So retroactive. So see, check on the word as well. Retroactive is nothing but we are activating it from us again. Okay. So that's how retroactive is nothing but the rest of the time will be allocated to the user instead of going back to like in from starting time. Okay, so that's what about like in retroactive start. If I want, I can check it, or else I can leave it for now. And when to cancel? When I need to cancel this SLA. So what's the condition? So here we do have like in start conditions are not met, cancel conditions are met, and never. So we cannot. So we can go with like in start conditions are met, or else cancel conditions are met. We can check it up as well. Let me keep it as like in when priority is not critical. So if priority is not critical, so there is not critical operator, which we select is like an is not. Okay, if you want to add like in multiple conditions as well, you can add clicking on like an and or. Okay, let me go back to like and go to the next one, pause condition. So here we have set up like in the state is on hold, right? So we will select on hold. So now when to resume it? When this should be resumed. When state is not on hold or state changes to in progress or anything which you can go ahead. Okay. So now state is not on hold. Okay, if you want, you can add multiple conditions as well. Depends on requirement usually. And when I need to stop this, whenever the state is resolved. Okay, so now it's done. And if you want to go ahead with like a reset condition, it will apply. See the condition under when we are running SLA, it will be cancelled or completed, and a new SLA will be attached. So whenever I need to add a new SLA to this, so retroactive start, opposite vice versa, opposite version, I can say restart. Okay, so if you wanna do that with like in any kind of conditions, then you can apply this. Okay, so let me save this. As of now, I'm not giving a reset condition here. It's not mandatory anyhow. Okay. So now let's go ahead and you can see there is like a breakdown definitions also available. If I want to add it, that can be done. I can add it over here. Okay, so breakdown definitions is nothing but here we are just clicking on like a incident SLAs by assignment. So you can go and you can add it as well. And I haven't used it before. We do have like an option, but anyhow I haven't used it. So now let us test this. So now elapsed time is like in 2 minutes and the condition, let's get into like in the condition when priority is critical, this demo SLA should trigger, right? So let me go back to like in go to the incident. Any incident is fine. So that but the stage should not be cancelled or closed. Just check it out like in that condition over here whenever I'm going with like an existing incident or else you can go with like a new report as well. Even that also will work. Okay, so whenever the priority is critical, right? We change it to like in some other thing that means it has like an in progress. Okay, so date. Now let's say this is a fresh one. Okay, so the state is like an in progress and then urgency and impact depending on the WRT will come. So this is a high. So let me go back to the urgency and change the impact and urgency. Now it is a critical. So just add the mandatory things over here. Just add on like a test. So here see there is just like in priority to resolution SLA is attached. Okay, so now let me save the form and we'll check whether our demo SLA will be added or not. So let's save the form and scroll down. So here you go. My demo SLA got added. So you might get an question over here why the second one got on is also came up, this one. So already with this specific condition, the out of the box SLA is written already there. That's why whenever the condition got met for this and that, it both got triggered. So now see this demo SLA, our SLA got triggered. The type is SLA which we created, and then and the rest the target is like a response. So here you can check it out. And then stage is in progress and business left time is only 1 minute. So among the we do have like an only 2 minutes for this SLA, right? So if I scroll down, see already 45% is like in done and only 54 seconds is like in there. Okay, so start time is this one and then stop time also will come up now. So now this is what something the SLA got start, right? So if I change this to some other thing, let's say save the form and give the mandatory field, fill the mandatory field and save it. And now see, this SLA state got cancelled. That's what about like an R condition, right? When the priority is not critical, the SLA should be cancelled. So now these two which we have verified working. Okay, let's get into like in the pause condition now. So now let's move these two critical because the SLA should start, right? Save it. Give the mandatory value as like in work notes. So scroll down and now see in progress we have a 1. So it's like in refresh it. Now it's like in 12% is like in 10 and 1 minute is like in left. So I just need to pause this one. So what's the condition? On hold. Instead waiting for call and save the call. And give the mandatory values and save it. And scroll it. So now check it out. The state is paused. So that's how the condition which we have applied in pause condition, whenever state is on hold, then they should pause. If the state is not on hold, it will resume back. So let me change it to in progress and save it. And if I scroll down, now the pause is moved to in progress. Okay. And what is the condition which we have done for like in resolve? This is the mandatory things over here. Okay, and see now the state is completed and it's already done with 50%. Okay, so that's how it will be completed. So these are the conditions. Let's say I'm not giving anything and this still I'm working on this and let's check it out whether it will elapse or not. See now it is like an improve this. Let me refresh this. Still it is improve. Okay, you can check this one. So now it's like a 7% is like in done. So it should not breach actually. If it is like in gonna breach, let's say you might get like in one more question here. So what if we are not able to finish or else we are not able to work on that specific issue within that specific time limit which we define in SLA. So we might know that right whenever we are working with like in the issue, so we will know that so this within this specific time, so we are not able to resolve the issue. So for this, which we can check with like an RTL or manager, anyone which is available. So we can add, take it there, suggestions from their end. So we can keep it as like an on hold for some time and we can work on, or else they might help us to resolve the issue as soon as possible if there is any roadblockers or something dependencies there. So that's how which we can handle it. Okay, so if you are doing it like in you are elapsing the issues or tickets, whatever which you are getting every time, so that will be a escalation will happen for sure, and that will impact your profile. Okay, sometimes they will terminate as well. So if you are terminate from the project, not from like an organization, so it depends on like in the way which they treat. But anyhow, we just need to be focused on like need to concentrate on like in within a time limit, we just need to finish the ticket. So now see it's like in 78%, the color is changing according to the percentage as well. If it is less than 50, it will be in green, and later on it will be yellow color, then it will go with like an orange, and then finally if it is like in more than 100, then it will be in red color. So let us see. As I have given, see here now it's like in more than 100, now it's like in red color. So it is also breached. The breach is true over here for this. If you want to check it, breach time we have as breached. Just check it out whether it's breached or not. So we will see it as like a true for this. See, has breached, yes, it's breached. And these two is not breached because within a 50 minutes, 50% and here 69%. So these two got cancelled one and one is like completed, whereas this one got breached. Okay, so that's how which we work with like in SLAs. Okay, so let me recall about like in how the SLAs will work and how we are going to use it, and later I'll go with your questions. Okay, so SLA is something whenever we are going to work with like in the customers, clients, the end user, we just need to be focused on like in how soon we are going to resolve the issue. So that's how the SLA came up, the agreement between a service provider and the caller or the customer. Okay, so here we do have like in two types. One is like in response SLA and resolution SLA. Response SLA is something how long you are taking to respond to the caller. And resolution is nothing but how much amount of time which is required to resolve the issue. Okay, so the time frame also which they will provide. As of now, just for like in testing purpose, I just gave like in 2 minutes to check it up. Just for like in testing purpose. Because if I give like in 2 hours, I need to wait for like in 2 more hours to show you. Okay, so in your real-time projects, they are gonna give like in 15 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, and all. So whenever you get free time, so you can check it out like an existing SLAs as well. Randomly, you just go through like in 4 to 5 SLAs and you check it out. So how they have created and how much time is there. Okay, what are the conditions which they applied. Okay, this is the one which we have created. Okay, 15 minutes, 8 hours, 1 hour, 1 day. See, it depends on like it, the condition actually. See, 1 day, 16 hours. So it depends. So just check it out like in randomly and you'll get like a more information regarding this. Okay, and mostly it will be in an incident table or SC dash later, and it depends on requirement is demanding for like another table, then we'll go with the other table as well. And here we have a start condition, pause, stop, and reset. So start condition is something when the SLA should start. Pause is nothing but when we are going to pause the SLA. And stop is nothing but when I'm going to stop the SLA. And reset is something when I just want to reset the time again from the starting time. Okay. And here you just need to remember about like in retractive start. So retractive start is something whenever the time frame is like a 15 minutes, let's say, or else 1 hour. Okay. In the time frame, so some amount of time is like an already done, and later they have changed the condition and the new SLA should start. Right. So now what would happen if I want the left of a time from there I need to go with like in working, then I can check on this retractive start. From if I want from like in starting minute, then I'll go and check this. Okay, so the leftover time from the leftover time I need to start, then it will be a retractive start. Okay, and then that's what about like in how it's work with like an incident. So I have shown you on the SLAs as well for you. Okay, sometimes it will check it out like in other SLAs also will come up because the condition will satisfy work as a out of the box. Okay, so you can ignore this for now because this is from out of the box functionality. Okay, so these are the things which we have done it. So just focus on like and just create one SLA and check it out and verify whether that's working fine or not. Okay, so that's all about like in SLAs. Let me know your questions now.
Priyanka, does
Yes,
SLAs have workflows?
yeah, we do have like an flow designer is a kind of like a workflow only. So that's how the flow designer, according to like in these things, it will work on. So in workflows, we do have like a timer set. Okay, so that is something which we will take it as like in hold and pause and that thing. So internally, we use like in flow designers to go, right? Okay, so that's how it will work. Still, you need to go ahead with like in workflows with like in this SLAs, even that also which we can do. But by default, as a lot of the work, we do have a flow designer.
So we'll take up the flow designer afterwards as a separate topic.
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
Are we good? And then did any of you practice updates with
Sorry, Priyanka, I'm not able to hear your last sentence.
have any of you practiced updates with in your instance? Any questions on that?
Do you mean to say practice the tables and all?
Tables, updates, and everything. Yes.
Yeah, I did practice, so as of now it's fine. Just
Mhm.
wanted to know one thing. So there are a lot of different types of fields. So is there any field that needs to be discussed, or probably uh, it is easy to just create and practice?
Is it regarding tables concept?
Y- Yes, regarding tables, when we are creating a table, there are lot many types of fields. So
Yeah.
normally, do we use all of them, or use
No,
which we discussed?
we use mostly string reference choice and then checkbox, which we call it as like in true and false, date and time. So these things which we use very frequently, and sometimes we go like in currency as well, and then calendar too. So other than that, attachment also be which we use, and the icon or picture also we use. But the rest of the things which we are not gonna use, every time. These types, whatever which I told you right now, is like we will use that very frequently. The rest of the things, the options which is available, if you want to try it out, you can try it out as well. But that we are not going to use much. Actually. Even I didn't go on to like in rest of the stuff.
All right.
You want to try and just try it out how that looks like and everything. But
Priyanka Garu.
in real time projects, we are not going to use much on the types of here. Yes, to answer it, please.
I don't get access, ma'am. Yesterday topic also.
It's the topic actually what happened. I uploaded it, but while it's loading and I just missed the network, I guess it doesn't upload it yesterday. So today morning I have added again. Okay, so it's there
Okay, ma'am.
here. Update. Check it out from your end once. It's still not there. That will you have uploaded, but while loading, I lost the network, I guess, so it doesn't add it over that in this file.
Yeah, it is there now.
No, it's there, right? Yeah. All good. So this I'm gonna add as well in a few minutes. Check it out and practice well. And we have tomorrow as well the extra class. So same timings. It might go with like a half an hour delay. So just be prepared according to that. So it will start 8:30 and it ends up like in 10 o'clock, I guess. Okay, so just prepare according to that time. Okay. We start recording this.